everyone, it's July 14th at 8:11 p.m. and I'm just setting up or getting to the camp spot. It's less than a mile, so I thought I'd give you a walkthrough all the way to the camp spot and show you what I look for. You see in the background the sun is just getting over the mountains, so it'll start to drop in temperature and light for sure. So I'll night hike, but you lose a lot of the scenery when you do that, so it's a trade-off. If you night hike, it's cooler, but you miss scenery. If you hike during the day, you get the scenery, but it's certainly much hotter. And we're going through a little bit of a heat wave, apparently record-setting in Truckee today. So it's really scorching hot in the high desert. So here's a quick panorama of. There's the trail, and there's the trees, side of the mountain. Just came down top of a mountain. There's the trail, where I came from, and back to the trees. Sorry for getting dizzy, and the trail. So we'll go through a walk here. So I'll walk you down, and then I'll pause and pick up where I left off. Go. And my battery's running low, so I got on my Mophie charging up. This Mophie's great. I can go quite a ways with it with the phone. And I don't have it on I have it on airplane most of the time, but I'll turn it on to get the GPS so I can see where I'm at, and then turn it off again to conserve battery. But I'll drain it, and then at night I'll play some games to wind down. And other than that, those are the really two primary uses. And then when I get close to town, a couple miles out, you usually can pick up cell phone and data, so you can pick up on email and any voicemail or text messages. So here's the trail going around the corner. And it looks like we're going to go back into the trees. And I've got the Lifeproof Case, the nude on it, which has been great. But the screen over the camera seems to fog up, or it gets glazed over, so I have to wipe it, and it's still not a clear picture. So that's kind of the downfall. You don't get a crystal clear picture as if the phone were empty or naked without a case. But the Lifeproof's been great. Very durable, and hadn't any problems with it. So, looks like we were supposed to drop 400 feet from the top of the pass there, and we'll make our way down. And at the bottom of this is a campsite with running water. Now, that's always a bonus when you can set up camp next to water. You don't have to worry about running out, because you got it right there. Dry camping, on the other hand, you can do, and there's some great spots to do it. However, you have to pack your water in, cook for dinner, and then worry about the next day, the morning, to prep your meal or get hydrated for the long walk ahead until the next water. Water in the Sierras was bountiful. Every turn we took, we were just roaring, flowing streams of water. Now I'm out of the Sierras, and water's a little bit more distanced from each other, and there's some runoffs that you can get water, but it's really limited. It's like a liter a minute, real slow. Around and see all sorts of trees that have fallen over with storms. And the Red Meadows a while back, they had a windstorm. It was either last year or year before, where it had just taken the whole forest and just knocked it down. And so it was like 180 miles per hour winds. It was really neat to see all the trees that were down, but it was amazing that they had all come down, and you can see how they all fall in the same direction. So they're making lots of firewood with that this year and last year. Sorry if the camera's all shaky. I'm holding it up in my right hand, and then left hand got the old trekking poles. which is still great. The past couple days I haven't really hiked with the trekking poles. For some reason just been holding them in my hand. When I get to the hills I for sure use them. But it seems like past couple days I haven't used them as much. For what reason, I'm not sure. So go around here. See where we're going. It's half the mystery. Oh, there's a chipmunk. Where are we going? And so looking for a tent spot, it's pretty easy out here. You can really find anywhere to go. Looking for level ground is always a must. If you can't, then making level ground is what you do. I'd say the primary where I choose is water, and if there's not a place near water, then level ground. As you can see, I'll stop here. As you can see, there's just down trees, wood that's been cut to allow for the hikers to hike through. Big rock and mosquitoes. Gosh. So there's trees all around. Mosquitoes are just going crazy out here. Although the Sierras was a lot worse, so I can't complain. This isn't too bad. Other than that, you're looking for an existing fire ring. That way you can burn campfire, which campfires are great for the smoke, which gets rid of the mosquitoes, unless they're they're immune to the smoke, and then they still attack you. But the mosquitoes and the campfires don't go well. And other than that, you can get warmth and just throw a couple logs on, get the fire going, and then within an hour or two, you're usually so tired from the hike from the day that you just crash. Some of the best sleep you get, and then if the cool air rolls in, oh, it's even better. Let's see here, going around the corner. No idea where this trail is going. Except doing switchbacks back and forth. So this is about my hiking pace. It's a little over 3 miles an hour. It'll vary from like 3.2 to 3.5 with my pack on. When it first started, there was no way I hiked this pace. But you build the legs and the stamina and the endurance to keep going. And I'll go for, roughly 2 hours, sometimes 4 hours if it's early morning where it's cool out, and then take a break. But for most often, about every 2 hours, stop, take a break, and that's always near a water source. So you could say, yeah, about every 2 hours you get a good water source. Sometimes you have to stretch it a little bit, but on average 2 hours. And take, 10-15 minute break. Eat some snacks, and then get back on the trail. I don't really cook during the day. A lot of people will have like a big lunch and cook a big hearty lunch, and then have a snack for breakfast and dinner. I'll have snacks for breakfast and lunch, and then cook for dinner. I've gotten the whole gamut from ramen to the Knorrs. Those are really wearing their welcome out. They're getting pretty old pretty quick. So going to some of the prepared freeze-dried Mountain House, Alpine Air, was it High Times is another manufacturer, and they're all pretty darn good. Usually just add 2 cups of boiling hot water and add it to there and let it sit for 10, 15, sometimes 20 minutes depending on altitude to let it cook. Open the bag up and you can go to town. Calories are, some of the meals are really super high calories. Like I had mac and cheese and it was like 800 calories for the 2 servings in there, and that was really good. And then I've had others, it was like, I don't know, 120 calories per serving, so 240 calories, which is not much, especially when you're burning over 3,000 a day. But it's a great weight loss plan, I suppose. But you still need the calories to burn, otherwise you can be bonking and not having any energy. Another great thing I love on the trail is the Powerade mix that has electrolytes, or Gatorade. Not only do they flavor the water, but the electrolytes in it really help out. They really make a difference when you're sweating all day, and replace the electrolytes in your body to keep it hydrated. So we should be rolling up on this soon. I don't hear any waters, but usually that's a last minute thing. You'll hear rumbling in the distance and then boop, there you are. There's the, I know you really can't tell. Let's see if I can get a zoom in. And around, this isn't the campsite, I'm just taking a quick stop to do a panorama. And we'll keep on going forward. So sorry for the glary, glossy picture if that doesn't come out. It really sucks you can't get the whole image of all the surroundings. So it looks like we'll go down there. Lots of switchbacks going up and down. So it's not a uncommon occurrence now that we're out of Sierras to go in a day about 4,000 feet up, 4,000 feet down. And sometimes it's a gradual, 1,000 feet. Sometimes it's a steep 1,000 feet. As a general rule of thumb, on the PCT there's no more than 15 degrees. I'd say 95% of the time that's true. There have been some inclines that have been pretty stout, but they've been short-lived, so it's nothing too crazy. So the PCTA does a great job of keeping these trails organized and true. Winding. I can only assume that these trees have come down due to storms. They don't look like they're diseased. However, I'm not an arborist, so with some of these trees like that, I mean, that's been there for a while decaying. Let's see, what else? When I first get to camp, I'll turn on my spot and send the okay. And then I'll get started on finding firewood if I'm going to have a fire. And then once I get firewood, I'll get it going. And then set up tent, get everything all in the tent. And then get the meal next to the campfire. I have a Big Agnes Fly Creek 2, which is a 2-person tent. Now it's a snug 2-person, but it's sizable enough for me to throw myself in, and then my pack and everything else in the tent, so I can have that little bit of separation between nature and myself, like mosquitoes. There's nothing worse than trying to go to sleep or waking up to mosquitoes on your face. Some people can do it. I choose not to that often. The other type of camping is cowboy camping, and that's